Can Kyle Shanahan develop young quarterbacks? You want to go for the rookie guy. I mean, that's the best bargain in sports. It's the holy grail in the NFL, the quality quarterback on the rookie deal. But can Kyle develop those guys?
I don't think that we have
Enough
a
evidence.
great sample size that he
Yeah.
can do that or not. All we know that is Kyle Shanahan likes a guy, then it's a true love, and he will do everything for that guy. But if he doesn't, well, just watch what happened with RG3.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, RG3 he broke. So I don't know if you can fault him for that, but didn't develop RG3. He identified Kirk Cousins, drafted Kirk Cousins, didn't develop Kirk Cousins. Sean McVay developed him. Then you got Johnny Manziel. That guy was hopeless. In Atlanta, he did not develop Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was fully developed in his early 30s and just needed a run game and a competent play action game, gave it to him. Comes to the Niners, didn't develop CJ, didn't develop Garoppolo. So I think the way I look at Kyle Shanahan is a guy who is very tough on quarterbacks and maybe is not the kind of guy who's best for like a 23, 24-year-old quarterback unless that dude is just extremely confident in himself, because Kyle Shanahan's going to test that confidence every film session, every time.
What I think of is that if Kyle Shanahan chooses a QB, he chooses that QB just because he has that talent pool that Kyle Shanahan needs. And what is Kyle Shanahan looking for is not somebody who he can develop in the different aspects of the game. He just wants a guy who can execute all the things that he has in his mind. And I think that that's a key. If we are looking at the quarterbacks right now on the NFL draft, we have to look for those things, those traits, what Kyle Shanahan likes in Kirk Cousins, for example.
Exactly.
And I don't think that Kirk Cousins was not the guy who could have been developed into being a way better quarterback than he is right now.
Right. But Kirk Cousins kind of fits what Shanahan's looking for. That veteran, developed quarterback who's like top 10-ish and could play like a top 5 quarterback in a more sophisticated system. I mean, what I feel like Shanahan doesn't develop quarterbacks. He takes quarterbacks who are already developed and then elevates them by giving them the run game they never had and the play action passing game they never had. So you get a guy like Matt Ryan who's been carrying a bad team, dropping back and throwing all his career. And finally, it's like, dude, no, we'll give you a running game. No, we got you. We're going to give you a play action game. And now you're averaging 9 yards an attempt. Now your quarterback rating is 115. But we didn't necessarily like develop Matt Ryan. It was just, we just put you in a better system. The same thing that Mike did for John Elway in the late 90s. It's like, you're already great. What you need is Terrell Davis. What you need is this running game. Let's make your job easier. That's what the Shanahans do. So I don't know if they can get Kyle Trask, or I just don't feel like, I feel like a guy like Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. These guys are boomer bust prospects. And maybe that dude in Buffalo who did such a great job with Josh Allen could turn Zach Wilson and Justin Fields into excellent starters. But can Kyle? I don't know. Maybe Kyle's the guy you want coaching them when they're 35. You want to get him. Kyle wants him at the end of their career. That's the way I'd look at it.
What I think of is that if I try to think as Kyle Shanahan thinks, in my opinion, is that he wants to go with a safer pick who may not have an as great upside as those prospects that you have mentioned before, but who is great in an aspect of the game. And that's why I think that Kyle Trask is a way less risky move if Kyle Shanahan drafts him. But what I do think that the least risks is in Mac Jones right now.
I see what you're saying. Because to me, like what Shanahan's thinking is like, all I need is a Matt Ryan level quarterback. That's all I need. Look what I did in Atlanta with a Matt Ryan. That's all. I'm not asking for anything more than that. And that is a very good quarterback. But you could say Kirk Cousins is on that level. That's why he liked Kirk Cousins. I mean, Jimmy's not on that level. Kirk is, Matt Ryan is, maybe Kyle Trask could be. But when you look at the upside of Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, I don't think Shanahan feels he needs all that. So just give me Matt Ryan. Look what I did with Matt Ryan. That's all I'm asking. I'm a simple man. I don't know. So I think we're in agreement on this one. I think he's definitely going for or Mac Jones. Thing about Mac Jones, when you watch him play, it looks a lot like the Niners offense. He does a lot of play action. He's under center. It looks like the Niners offense. I wonder if Shanahan would trust an Alabama quarterback.
And he's reliable.
Easy.
Yep. And what I think of is that he is reliable. And he was great under pressure. And I think that's a key that most of the other QBs, not including Kyle Trask, who had the greatest pressure percent in the college season, if I remember well. But
Kyle Trask had like a lot, was under pressure. I think double the time everyone else.
Yep. Yeah. But Mac Jones was under pressure as well.
He was
for a lot. And what I think of that he was much more reliable than Kyle Trask was. But of course, we haven't seen them in the same offense with the same system. So that's why I'm a bit concerned who to choose. But I would choose right now Mac Jones because he had way less talent in the receiver corps.
Well, that's interesting. We're going to talk about Alabama quarterbacks in a minute. So let's put a pin in the Mac Jones discussion and come back. We got a question real quick. Grant, I don't think it's fair to say he can't develop quarterbacks. The opportunity hasn't been there. He inherited RG3 and Matt Ryan was there already. He's had 4 years with the Niners, and I gotta say Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't improved. CJ Beathard hasn't improved. He hasn't had a lot of. I'm not saying he can't develop quarterbacks, but so far the early returns on this election are looking bad for Kyle. But he has another opportunity. Maybe he just hasn't found the right quarterback for him yet, right, Botond? I don't know.
We will see. I was interested when we signed Josh Rosen. I wanted to see if we can develop him because I'm not saying that he's a franchise quarterback, but I do think that he has way more talent than most of the people think that he has.
Agree. And I think another area where Kyle Shanahan, the head coach, fell short in 2020 was not giving that kid at least a quarter in a game. You're out. You were eliminated from the playoffs. CJ Beathard has no future on your team. Give Josh Rosen a minute. Play him for a second. See what he's got. Because clearly, Kyle, you're not really that good at identifying during practice who your best players are. So put these guys on the field and let other people see. That's all I'm saying. That was a missed opportunity. What if they lose Josh Rosen and he ends up being decent and they never put him on the field? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. Missed opportunity.